Started it my freshman year of college, mostly because I had a steady boyfriend and it was kind of just like the next step. But the first one that I had, I didn't have any like crazy side effects or anything until recently, and it was starting to affect my body. I got a new one, and so far I've only been on it for about a month and a half now, but my last cycle was way intense, more intense than it's ever been, even since I started when I was younger. And it was, my mood swings were awful. I cried for no reason, and I was crying over commercials on TV. I was crying over, I mean, it was nothing. Like, anything would just set me off. My emotions were crazy out of control, and it was painful. I had never been experienced so much pain in my life, just from that part of being a human being and being a woman.
I'm not on the pill, but I have an implant in my arm that lasts for 3 years. It's 100% effective, and it kind of sucks sometimes because I have been on my period for about 8 months now. I was on the Depo, which is a shot, and it lasts every 3 months, I think, but I figured this way I wouldn't have to worry about getting the shot and having to go to the doctor and everything. It hurt, but it was worth it for just that one time of pain. It's the easiest way. It's the most efficient way that there is right now. It's more than 99.9% effective. So, I mean, I'd rather not worry about it. I'd forget to take my pills as it is, so I don't need to worry about another one.
I've been on it since I was 14. We found out when I was 14 that I have polycystic ovaries, so I get this little cyst on my ovaries, and they get big, and then they rupture, and I have to be in the hospital for a few days, and it hurts so bad. So I was put on it because if you stop the ovulation, then it stops them from getting bigger. Well, pros are that I don't have to go to the hospital as much, and I also have shorter, lighter, predictable periods, which is fabulous. I can kind of plan my life around it. Like, oh, I can't go here this day because I have my period, kind of thing. But I've been on several different kinds, and we're not really sure why, but I would start to get the cramps in my calves, and so they were worried I was getting blood clots, so I'm on like the lowest dosage you can possibly be on. I think it's because the whole having all the chemicals and extra hormones in my body kind of thing. I don't want them in there unless they're necessary like they are. So I haven't had a cyst rupture in several years, and I've debated whether to go off of it or not, but my mom keeps convincing me to stay on it because she says maybe we just found one that finally works, so just stay on it and you'll be fine.
I was taking birth control to help regulate my periods more and to help, well, obviously, for what it's for, to not get pregnant. And then I went to a Living Well doctor that focuses on more natural supplements and getting your levels right and stuff like that, and I ended up having autoimmune thyroid disease, which that's what was causing my periods to be off and all crazy. So I really didn't need birth control, and also he wanted me to get off it immediately because if you take it over time, it like chemically castrates you. So if you're already sensitive to, and it's hard for you to get pregnant as it is, then that could make it completely impossible for you to get pregnant. I mean, it's very few people that happens to, but someone like me where that's part of my issue, that it could have made me never be able to have children. I shared it with a couple of my friends that I knew were on it just to regulate their periods, and just a couple of other friends that were thinking about taking it, and I thought that it was really important to share it with them because all my friends want kids when they get older. So I was like, well, what if this happens to me, what about them? It just depends on your body. So he said it's pretty common for people that have autoimmune thyroid disease. So he just wanted me to stop immediately. He took my pills when I was there. So that's kind of him putting his foot down.
It regulates my period, which is really good. And also I have something called endometriosis, so it also lessens the pain of cramps. I barely ever get cramps. I used to be, when I got my period, I used to be in bed, hauled over, just get bad migraines, and it was just like the worst feeling in the world. And after I was put on this, it was just like, wow, this is a relief. This is my second one of over 5 years, so not bad. And I used to just get it like whenever. I never like knew. I never had like a set day that I knew I was going to get it. It was just kind of like, oh, hey, surprise. Now I'm like, I have an idea.
I do not use birth control for the chemical reasons. I feel like it changes your moods. I mean, it does mess with people's weight and their body naturally. I just don't really believe that a woman should take that. They should be responsible enough to make the right decisions. My best friend has been on birth control, and the latest one she now has periods like 4 times a month, which sounds outrageous to me. I would never want to be menstruating 4 times a month. I mean, who does? I'm good with my once a month type thing.